All right, real interesting statement here from John Fury, which he told the Daily Mail. This is regards, obviously, the upcoming fight between Tyson Fury and Oleksandr Usyk, February next year. Now, last week, you may remember John Fury was mentioning the fact that, February 17th, that date, it's coming around quick. And, Carl Froch was the first one to say it, that, maybe Fury will look to push it back. Maybe he wouldn't be in the best shape. He'll have a very, very Merry Christmas, words to that effect. And I kind of thought, no, that's reaching. You're reaching there. And then John Fury comes in and is like, the February 17th, that's the date. I think he said that's the date we're working with, or that's the date we have. Words to that effect, right? Well, I'm going to quote him here directly what he said to the Daily Mail. He says, I'm going to say it first. Whoever puts the best camp in and does the work will get it and deserve it. If Usyk puts a better camp in than Tyson, he works his ass off, he gets everything right, the better man will win. It's up to both guys. What they want out of this, Tyson knows he needs to do a 180-degree turnaround. If he's not prepared to do that, good luck to Oleksandr Usyk. Tyson will have the eye of the tiger back for this one. He'll need to change everything round. He'll turn everything round. He'll need to do everything different and gain some solid muscle, put in some work, crack his something working. And when he does that, Usyk is going to have a problem. He won't be facing this negative Tyson you saw with a something game plan. All right, so that is what I'm just going to see here. Is there anything else on it? Because I hate the way, the way some of these websites, they make you scroll down the list. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, it looks like that's it. So basically he's saying that whoever puts in the most effort is going to win the fight, which is normal. Well, it's not always the case, but normally whoever, you really see it in the ring, who's really left no stone unturned. Carl Froch speaking of Carl Froch, he was great for that. I mean, that guy would never leave a stone unturned in the ring. And, that guy was punching into the 12 rounds. Ask Jermaine Taylor, he knows all about that. But is he implying there that Tyson Fury, look, it's easy to look at that Ngannou fight and see he didn't take Ngannou serious. Look at the shape he was in. He looked really, really, he didn't look good in the ring on fight night aesthetically, but he really didn't look good at the press conference they had about a month or so prior. So Tyson Fury, I would say, probably didn't train very hard for that fight. But there's two things that come to mind there. Is that his mindset of just not being up for the Ngannou fight, up for the payday, but not up for the fight, thinking, well, it's easy, I don't need to really do much? Is that it? And if so, what John Fury is saying there is, does he have the kind of same mindset looking at Oleksandr Usyk? Telling himself, he's only a middleweight, he's this, it's going to be easy. And is that maybe taking some of the motivation out? Or could it potentially be the fact that I've been saying that I've seen a slowdown in Tyson Fury? I've also said that I think that, Alan Babbage actually said it as well, that there's injuries there. Injuries that, are not known to the wider public, but they're there. And I've speculated that a guy of his size and dimensions doing the training he's doing, very high impact training, you're going to have injuries, you're going to have problems. Is it even the case that even if Tyson Fury is up for a fight, that his body at this point, a bit like David, maybe not to that extreme, but that his body physically just won't let him go through a camp at the same way he was able to do maybe 6, 7, 8 years ago when he was fighting the likes of Klitschko, when he was a lot lighter back then? Is his body just at that stage now where it's ballooning in between fights, drink, all that stuff, high impact training? Is his body just saying now, no, I can't. I can train, but I can't train to that level that you need? Maybe John Fury sees that. Maybe he knows it. Maybe for John Fury, it's a case of, trying to give Tyson some encouragement, because he's normally, my son is this, he's the great, he'll fight any man, he'll do this, sure, I'm in my 50s and I'll still fight. All that bravado that John Fury likes to come out with. But occasionally, as I said, you do hear him speak, and he is real at times. And sometimes he's too real for his own good. I've said that as well, that he'll actually maybe go a bit overboard in criticism, like he did with Ben Davison over the Otto fight. It's interesting. Now, some people could say on the flip side, he's looking to do two other things. He's looking to, maybe sow this. He's looking to, maybe say, this February 17th, and just anticipating that this fight's going to get pushed back, and looking to have a ready-made excuse. as if to say, oh well, the camp came up too quick. In hindsight, we should have, blah 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 blah, yada yada yada, all that good stuff. Maybe he's looking to do that, or maybe he's looking to lull Oleksandr Usyk into a false sense of security. Now, hear me out with that one, right? Oleksandr Usyk is a consummate professional. Consummate professional. Never see him out of shape. Always in shape. The weight he's come in throughout his career, obviously he was making cruiserweight, but if you look at his run at heavyweight, he's hardly gained, he's gained weight. He's come in heavier than he did when he fought Shaz Witherspoon 4 years ago, but it's not much. So he's always been a consummate professional. Maybe he is looking to, with Oleksandr Usyk, the mental game is a big thing with him. Maybe he's looking to make Oleksandr Usyk mentally think that this fight is going to be easy. That doesn't necessarily mean he's not going to train hard for it, right? In the sense of, Oleksandr Usyk won't train as hard as he will. He thinks he's got an easy touch. No. He'll probably train just as hard, but mentally for Usyk to think, well, he's not able to really get through a camp in Fury. His dad is saying this and that. Maybe this fight's going to be easy. Then on fight night, you get a shock. You get a shock from a mental point of view. You go in anticipating an easy fight. You still do the necessary training, but it's harder than it needs to be, and you're questioning yourself. You're thinking, I wasn't expected to be this hard. What do I do? I have to change the game plan. I'm going to have to do this. Maybe he's looking to do something like that again. I'm just thinking outside the box here with all this. If I had to say what I think it is, I reckon it's that Tyson's body is probably a lot more shop-worn than we think, or that we're led to believe. I think there's injuries there. I think that a training camp, even if it's a maybe not rigorous training camp, his body needs a lot of time to recover. Joints need a lot of time. Everything needs a lot of time to recover. And longer probably than they anticipate, and longer than they probably want. So now at this point, they're like, we won't be able to be... If Oleksandr Usyk is already sparring, we need another 5 weeks to spar. Moses Helma spoke about going into spar Tyson Fury this coming January. Oleksandr Usyk is probably already sparring. In fact, I'm pretty sure he is. So if you're talking about it in that sense, you could argue Usyk's a month ahead in his preparation, if that is the case. And maybe it's not that Fury doesn't want to do it, but as I said, maybe just the body just isn't there to be able to let him do it. That he needs to just look at these camps and say, I need to manage this camp in such a way that I don't end up with, going into a fight with a serious injury, or, having to pull out legitimately with a serious injury because the body just won't get through it. Maybe John Fury sees that, and for him, he just has to be a bit too honest for his own good. I know that sounds weird with John Fury, because this is a guy who exaggerates everything, but occasionally he does. Occasionally you do see some truth come out, and it sometimes, as I said, when the truth comes out, sometimes he lets a little bit too much come out, a little bit too much. So I believe it with that. Let me know your thoughts on the comment John Fury made, or the quote I should say that John Fury made to the Daily Mail. Do you think that that's him, maybe trying to lull Oleksandr Usyk into a false sense of security? Do you think he's sowing the seeds for a potential pushback? And God forbid if they push the fight back, if they push it back, when will they push it back to? Will it even happen at all? A lot of people seem to, I see it all the time in the comment section, a lot of people think that this fight won't happen, right? We've had bad luck with this fight. I've had nothing but, it's this and he said this and blah, 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 yada, 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 all that. We know. We've talked about it all year, right? Now we have a date. And I am going to, you can say, gee, you're going to be disappointed. Listen, I'd rather know that we have a date and believe this fight is happening than be just like, it's clearly not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. I don't want to be like that. I want to be the glass is half full. Lads, we have a date. Let's roll with it. Let's go. That's what I'm hoping. I've always been like that, The house is on fire. Well, it's only one half. We can always put it out. If a hose over there, rather than the house on fire, we're doomed. Well, we're not in it. It's only one side of it. We can put it out. It'll be fine. All right. I've always been that sort of guy. This is damaged. Well, it's only cosmetic. We can fix that. It's always been me. And it's like that with fights. Well, it's been announced. All right, happy days, but we might. No. We're onto a good thing. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. I've always been like that. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed the video, people. If you could, smash the like button, hit subscribe if you haven't already. Lads, shout out to everyone. I'll talk to you. Peace.